have to quickly cut across to Copenhagen. This India's multi-pronged offensive, including the political and diplomatic strikes to expose Pakistan's state-sponsored terror, that's on. And joining me from Copenhagen is Shiv Sena UBT MP and Deputy Leader in the Rajya Sabha, Priyanka Chaturvedi. Priyanka, welcome. You were in Rome just a short while back. You're in Copenhagen now. How is Europe reacting to India's response to Pakistani terror, ma'am?
See, whatever we have met, the people we met, whether it's the think tanks, whether it is the media, whether it is the government officials, whether it is the parliamentarians, they're absolutely unequivocal in support of India and India's right to respond as far as terrorist attacks are concerned. They're also very clear, which is something that we have been saying, that it is time that we held Pakistan accountable. India has been fighting this war over decades. We have been fighting Pakistan over decades. But the real trouble that would be soon heading their door would be the radicalization and fundamentalist mentality that is coming out of Pakistan.
Yes.
The roots of every terror activities and fundamentalism is emanating out of Pakistan. So they also are concerned about how it will, work out in Europe. So this is
But
something
are
that
they
we've been
waking up? Are they waking up to the
absolutely.
magnitude of the crisis, or do they still think that it's happening in some corner and they are still safe?
No, no, absolutely not. Let me say this very clearly that they do understand the problem of terrorism emanating out of Pakistan. They've also, we have given them ample amount of evidence to show that how Pakistan continuously trains, arms, and also protects terrorists. And let's not forget, right from Osama bin Laden to Hafiz Saeed to JEM to Al Qaeda, everybody has found training camps coming out of Pakistan. So they are very well aware of the threat. The need right now is to prioritize it and to hold Pakistan accountable. So there is a very clear understanding, even amongst the members of parliament, and I'm sure they have their constituencies and their constituents who are concerned about the kind of radicalization that is, erupting out here. So we are very positive, and they have been extremely positive in support
Okay.
of everything that
So
India does
we're
to fight terrorism.
But are these just words of sympathy, or when you say that there is need to hold Pakistan accountable, what are tangible measures that can be taken? Are those also being discussed? For example, sanctions on Pakistan, or are they surprised by the magnitude of Indian response, targeting 9 terror camps and then targeting 13 air bases and radar stations, or are they telling us exercise restraint? Is anyone telling Pakistan stop terror?
Now, who do they talk to in Pakistan? Again, for anybody right now, they also understand the facts on ground that there is nobody they can engage with in Pakistan. Pakistan is a military state which is protecting its terrorists, not its civilians. Let's be very clear. They also, let me also put it very categorically, they have no questions as per whatever action that India has taken. They're also very clear that we have been very careful about the strikes that we have done on their terror camps. Again, we have reiterated that these are terror camps designated by the United Nations. It's not like Indians are talking about they being terrorist camps. Murid ke, Muzaffarpur, Muzaffarnagar, etc. All of these are terror camps based out of Bhavalpur, are all terror camps which are designated by United Nations. Also been very clear that lots of these terrorists, whether, again, I shall repeat, 52 terrorists are the ones which are recognized by United Nations as living in Pakistan.
Pakistan.
So
That's
I do
right.
not see any sympathy coming from any of the parliamentarians or people we have met for Pakistan. They also understand the huge challenge that they will be facing sooner or later, something that India has been facing over the decades and India has responded to.
Oh, absolutely. But, so another team, Asaduddin Owaisi, for example, he sought global help in a way to put Pakistan back on the FATF grey list. Is Europe receptive to that idea? You've been speaking to several world leaders, whether in Rome or in Copenhagen, and the next part of your delegation's visit. Are they on the same page on putting them on the FATF grey list or some kind of sanctions on Pakistan?
Absolutely. This is a point we have been making that the entire global narrative needs to understand whether it is US, whether it's Europe, whether it is, a Middle East nations, whether it is African nations, all of them will sooner or later face this threat. So we need to hold Pakistan to account. The IMF loans that are given to them, the FATF, grey listing them in FATF is something that we have been putting on the table. And let's not forget, we are sitting in Copenhagen today. Denmark is part of the UNSC right now. Denmark is also going to become the take the chairmanship of the European Union from July 1st onwards. So that is going to be an important narrative that Denmark will probably take forward. And they do understand the challenges that India is facing and Europe is likely to face and is also currently facing. Let's not forget the radicalization that we see in the Western European region is something which is a tangible threat for them as well, and their peaceful coexistence as well.
Oh, absolutely. Priyanka Chaturvedi for joining me here on India Today from Copenhagen. Many thanks. And Europe should actually realize this. I was in London in 2005, the 7/7 London bombing. We were covering that, and all the 7/7 London bombers had trained in Pakistan. They were Pakistani origin British nationals who carried out that terror attack. Wherever there's terror, it's usually traced back to Pakistan, and the world needs to wake up.